Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we talk about everything from gear reviews to trail stories, tent camping to rock landing, and all things to do with the outdoors. And I got it right this time. I didn't fuck it up like I did the last two episodes.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a fun one. We're, at least for the first half hour of this episode, we're announcing a little challenge we're going to be doing. So we've got our the man who is going to be the judge of our challenge, Mr. Duncan McLeod. Did I get your name right?
Yes, sir.
Hell
Yep,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
So we're doing the 5K Overland Challenge. The goal is that you've got $5,000 and you've got to build out a rig with everything you need to do an overlanding trip. But you have to pretend that your vehicle can be any year, but you have to pretend it's like 1885. So there's no roads, nothing. So you got to have something that's fairly capable. You have to have a way to cook, a way to be self-sufficient, so a way to hunt. I mean, we'll go through the rules here in a little bit, at least for the most part. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one.
Yep.
You don't have to actually buy anything. We're just doing like screenshots.
All right, everybody, take out a loan, $5,000. Let's get it done.
That's
So-
the bank.
I'm gonna add a link to the challenge rules in the show notes, and there will be a link in that document that sends you to like an example of how to format your submissions. I guess with that being said, we are gonna open this up to listener submissions. This episode comes out on July 1st. Oh, look at that. July 1st, this episode will drop. So you need to have your submissions in by July 8th for us to judge them. Whoever we think has the best submission from a listener, we'll send them a sticker or something.
Yep.
But our channel,
Cat.
yeah, $5,000 cash. Sure.
Yep.
And the
do
winner is winner is Alex McKinley.
Oh, wild.
Not insider at all.
Rigged.
I am gonna win this, just so you guys know.
You say
I'll be the judge of that, literally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I like having this non-partial judge, because if Alex was the judge, of course he...
Oh, I would win 100%. That's why I had to find us a non-partial judge.
I found a weird one, so...
Yeah, I mean, most unique is one of the ways to get points. So I'll kind of... How do we want to do this? I'll read a rule. Gavin reads a rule. Is that what we want to do it?
Oh, yeah, you could do like 10 rules.
I was about to say,
I think
you made up them, so
I was going to say, do like 10 rules at a time or something, because that'll take forever for us to all play hopscotch through it.
We do have rules written up, and we'll go through those now, I guess. So rule number 1, they have to have 34-inch tires or larger. I'm not going to say 35s, because if you find a 34.6, it's a lot less money than a 35, but gives you about the same benefit. You have to have a way to cook, obviously. Have to have a way to hunt. Now, remember, it's 1885. So you got to have a way to shoot something to eat it.
Wait, are we pretending it's 1885 technology too?
No.
Like we're just dropped into this world with a,
Yeah.
a 2000s truck
Yeah.
or something. And,
yeah, we time traveled. It was fun trying to talk to him about this one.
Because I was going to say, because there's not, if you're in 1885, you're
Okay.
pretty limited on what you're going to use.
So we are doing an expedition into an area that has absolutely no support whatsoever anywhere.
Okay,
Okay, so you
that's
just
a
need
little better.
whatever money you, so you could bring it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So when I say 1885, that's just there's no support whatsoever for what we've got.
I'm like, so I could do like a musket or bow and arrow.
Ironically,
Like,
that
like
might be my weapon.
there's a muzzle loader.
The tires have to realistically clear the body on the vehicle. You know, you're not gonna get a all-wheel drive Subaru and throw 37s on it. Realistically,
Yeah.
4 under 5 grand. 4 under 5 grand, Gavin. It's not going to happen.
This is why I was upset we couldn't do all-wheel drive, because I was going to go fucking crazy.
You have to have a bathroom setup that allows you to pack in, pack out. Obviously, whatever environment we're going to be in for this challenge, it's not going to have a lot of human interaction, so we don't want to disturb the biome. You have to have a way to pack out your trash, even if you're just throwing it in the bed of your truck, just a way to pack it out. A way to carry water, obviously that's important. We need water. You have to have a way to store food that is bear-ish proof. I mean, I'm not saying you got to spend the money on a bear-proof box, but if you got like a Yeti cooler or a pack-out cooler or something, or even a cooler and threw a ratchet strap over it, we'll call that good enough.
Yeah.
Question.
What's the question?
If it's inside a vehicle, does that count? Because that's bearish proof.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, inside the vehicle counts. 5 gallons of gas reserve, as in you have to be able to carry a 5-gallon jug of gas somehow. A GMRS radio, some type of nav that you actually know how to use. If you know how to use a map in a, can't even think of the word of it right now.
Compass.
So Alex doesn't.
I do though. I was in the army.
I don't have to name them.
If you know how to use a map and a compass, then use a map and compass. You can buy a map and compass. That's fine. Otherwise,
if we use a program, do we have to include subscription price?
I was just getting there. The cost
Oh,
of
damn
Onyx does count.
That's horseshit. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch some videos with those 50% off links.
Hey, that works as long as you can prove it. Basic set of tools. So, sockets, wrenches, the basic stuff. I'm not looking for all of us to have like ball joint presses and shit in our trucks, but as long as you have a decent amount of sockets and stuff. And these are the rules, not this is the bare minimum of what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Spares for common issues with the vehicle you choose. So, if you get a 3rd gen 4Runner, ball joints, CV axes, that stuff.
Spare 3rd gen 4Runner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's a Subi, like head gaskets, a new engine.
You have to have a way to start a fire. Obviously, a lighter from the gas station works, really.
Battery.
There is an option for most unique, so. You have to have somewhere to sleep and your bedding. So, a tent, truck cap, your back seat, some way for you to lay down and be comfortable-ish.
Yeah.
Vehicle has to be able to travel at least 45 miles per hour. That's not that hard. I think all vehicles really can, but that was the way that I could keep us from getting like lawnmowers or go-karts.
Boo.
Can't use any parts, tools, or gear that you already own. So I can't say I have a swag, so I'm taking the swag. If I want a swag, I have to buy a swag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like you can't use packouts because you have packouts already. It has to be all new like gear.
It does, yeah. If I want packouts, I got to buy packouts.
Yeah, but I thought you meant like if you wanted
Oh.
packouts but you already
gotcha.
own them, you have to try to pick a different kind of storage solution.
No,
That's-
not that. Just you have to include the price of whatever you choose. You can't just say I
Okay.
own it so it works.
Yeah, you're
Um,
buying it all fresh.
Yep. The items have to realistically fit in your vehicle. So you can't go get like a Suzuki X90, add no storage space to it, and expect to have all your gear in there. It just isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And the vehicle has to be within 250 miles of your house. Give or take a mile.
Okay.
Here, we'll do it this way. -1 point per 10 miles over.
Okay, there you go.
Pretty good.
Mine just so happened to be like 251 miles away, so I was really hoping that we could be a little fluid on.
I think I'd let you squeak by with that.
I mean, I could walk the truck before I start it. Like,
Just move house. Just move closer.
Yeah, just say your address is mine. Maybe that'll get you.
I
a little
just-
closer.
All right, I guess I
change
can't
my-
use my workspace. Actually, it is yeah. Okay, never mind. It is already Cedar Springs.
All right, so if someone else wants to read the point structure, I'll just read it because I know how it works.
Yep.
So the point structure, whoever has the most points wins, obviously. You get 1 point for having the heaviest vehicle. You get 1 point for having the lightest vehicle. You get -1 point for the least amount of storage. +2 for the most amount of storage. +2 for the biggest tires. +2 for the most horsepower. -2 for the vehicle with the most rust. Now, this is one we got to talk about, right? Because the vehicle I'm buying is kind of rusty, but I'm cutting most of the rust off to be able to put the tires on. So does the rust still count against me?
yeah, I think it's at purchase because I mean we could all do rust removal type.
But I'm specifically cutting it off to clear tires.
Oh, okay. How about this? You have to include everything that you would need to do that, like grinder, discs,
Okay, I like that.
shop labor. So $100 an hour.
Ouch. All right.
Because that would make sense, right?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Anything to like modify.
Quick
Plus
question,
3 for the.
Alex.
What's up?
Do we need a title?
We're going. We don't.
Number 1 must be able to be registered.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it has to drive
Ugh.
45 miles on the road, it's probably gonna have to have a title of some sort.
That was
And you have to have. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we're gonna include the title fees onto it because
No.
that'd just be robbery.
That'd be impossible to even
And
sales
insurance.
tax to figure out.
I'm calling State Farm tomorrow to see how much it's gonna cost to get my
Oh my
car
God.
insured.
The sad part is I just
Yeah.
shot myself in the foot with that one, but I thought I might ring it up.
You could have got away with it too if we had put it in. And then I did forget to say this: if you break a rule or miss a requirement, it's -3 points. So if you don't have a way to cook, you lose 3 points. So that's important to put out there. And then the most capable cooking setup, and by most capable cooking setup, I mean the person with the ability to cook the most different types of food. So a pan, a grill, a pot, the most different types of food capability is how we'll figure that one out. That's +3 points. The fastest theoretical camping setup time. So from parking your truck to setup, the fastest theoretical time is +5 points. The most unique setup is +5. The cheapest overall price is also +5. The most prepared in a mechanical failure situation. So this is going to be the guy with the most spares for his vehicle, the most tools to fix said spares. That guy, he's going to get +10. And the most prepared in general. So the guy who, has the most comfortable sounding setup, has the best cooking setup, maybe he's got the best hunting setup, that guy is going to get a +10.
Are we including points for rules 1 through 21, like 1 point for each rule that you do?
They
And
do not
negative
count
points.
Right. So if you have less than a 35-inch tire, you lose 1 point per inch under 34. I think I've got another one like that. If your vehicle is 250 miles away from the house, you lose 1 point per 10 miles over. And
I was
then
just curious if the rules were 1 point each. So, like, if you did all 1 through 21, you'd have 21 points to start.
we could do that. Yeah.
Because there's not a lot for the point structure. There's not a lot.
Well, you lose 3 points for every rule you miss.
Right. So
So
it's kind of a gamble. Like, if you do purposely want to miss one of them for one reason or another.
then you're losing 3 points.
Right. But you could gain it somewhere else. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, we can do that. You start out automatically with 21 points, and then for every one you miss, you lose 3.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we could do that. I like that.
Yeah, because that gives you, because if you start out at the heaviest vehicle and stuff like that, you could be put into the negatives pretty quick if you don't get chosen for any of these for the point structure, because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean?
I like that. And then, well, that was my next thing. Is there anything we want to add to the point structure?
Heaviest, lightest, least most. Smallest tires? Do we want to do
Minus points for that one?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Can I not add to this? Hold up. Technical difficulties. 1 second.
I think if you right click, you should be able to add it. Insert cell below or insert row below.
That's what I'm... Oh, there it is. So what? -2 for smallest tire?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to add? Cleanest vehicle.
You want it? Yeah, maybe cleanest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or I'll just put least rust.
I was gonna say, do we want to add one that's like least amount of overall work needed to be put into it? You know what I mean? Like turnkey.
You could do least rush / most turnkey, essentially.
I think turnkey would have to be its own. Because I could get a rust-free vehicle, but it could have a lot of work. But I like that.
Yeah, turnkey already has a lift, already has the tires. Something like that.
Okay, I like that.
Do we want to minus points for how much work you have to put into it? As far as like labor or...
I don't think so.
he's trying to count out his labor, the cost of labor, and then the negative points. He's like, I don't know. Actually,
The labor on my rig is very minimal. So I'll just say that. It is very, very minimal. Oh, look, guys, you can see a Mercy in the background.
Yeah.
see a black shadow, but yeah. I mean, that's a good start if we think of anything while we're looking.
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. I mean,
If
Duncan...
we can lowball, correct? As long as we have the screenshot of him accepting the price.
Oh
God, no, we
Right?
have to...
Yeah.
no.
If we lowball the guy and he says yes,
But we don't want to.
that's accepted
We
price.
don't want to annoy someone because of a challenge that we're not actually looking at the vehicle.
I mean, if he goes low enough, I might.
Rule 22 must go off asking price.
Damn it! There, I shot myself in the foot.
I actually
Would you
when I
take
was-
500? Sure.
when I was setting mine up, I thought about messaging someone and lowballing them, and I was like, man, I don't want to waste someone's time for something I'm not gonna buy.
I get it. I just think it's kind of like the necessary evil of marketplace. Like, you don't have to pay for it, and instead you get all these shitty messages.
Nah, I think it's like
That's
that.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think we got any other rules that are really necessary. I think we covered most of the basics.
Oh,
wait.
most and least fuel efficient.
We didn't do recovery gear.
Well, I figured that would be part of it, as part of like...
Must include recovery gear. Even if it's just a strap, we have to include it.
Yeah.
So do we want to say, like, potentially put in there most prepared if they get stuck or something like that?
Yeah, most prepared in what? In general, or most prepared in recovery situations?
I think do one for each.
Yeah, because I mean, if we got someone who's got the best food, the best camping setup, the best recovery situation. I mean, that's the guy who's most prepared in general. That's just a free 10 points.
Yeah.
Well, most prepared in general and recovery situation, you're most likely going to have most prepared in mechanical failure situation too. So that's kind of like a automatic loss for everybody else.
Let's do +2 points for that one then. Or +1. Because, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because that's just an easy way to like 30 points. There's no way anybody's going to be able to top that on top of the 23.
I don't think I would double them up. I think you'd be way over budget if you were most prepared in all three of those. I think most prepared in general would be like a nice, well-rounded one. Mechanical failure situation, I would definitely look at the person who definitely had the most parts and the most tools. And then
Right.
most prepared for recovery, I would look at the person with the best gear and stuff like that.
Right.
So you think take most prepared and mechanical failure out of there?
I say leave it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then most prepared in recovery, put that in as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be okay with that being like +5.
Yeah.
+3. Because that is important. I just don't know if...
Well, do we want to change the 2 +10s to +3s then? Make them all +3s?
Yeah, make them that or +5s for them. Make them a little less crazy.
A little less overpowered.
And then do we want to do like most off-road capable in there or something?
Yeah. I mean, that would be the most off-road capable after all said and done. Yeah.
What would we make that one?
I think +5.
Wait, but in that situation, what's the off-road terrain?
Well, you said it's like traveling in remote wilderness, so
Yeah, but
I
is
guess
it
it would
a
be-
desert? Is it a swamp? Is it...
it would be all of them.
I think all of them. Yeah, I'd be looking for the vehicle that seems like it could go just about it.
It's a
Not get
5-day
stuck.
trip, and
We just made it.
each trip
We
day,
just came
you're
across the
going through each-
gauntlet biome.
Yeah. Northern Michigan in spring.
Well, in that case, as long as you can winch yourself out, you don't got to worry about the getting stuck part. So, yeah, I'm good with this.
Yeah, I think this is a good list, and I think it's a relevant conversation because there have definitely been, buddies of mine I'm friends with who, we go camping with, and they want to get into doing this kind of stuff, and I think everyone's worried about breaking the bank, and I think this is going to prove that you can go out and have fun and camp and do stuff without a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
Which reminds me that does remind me we have to do our like $100 camp challenge too this year.
We do. My June or my July and August are swamped.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. 'Cause
Easy.
I don't think I could afford that.
I know we were talking about doing botches yearly in September. Let's push that back to October.
Yeah, I think they'll be great. Changing of the leaves too.
And then we'll do the $100 camp challenge one weekend in September.
Yeah.
Okie
doke.
I have one boss that told me I'm not good. Okay, I won't say names in case one of them listened to this, but I had a boss tell me, fuck them guys, take a weekend off every month. So
I definitely work with people who
tell
do
'em.
like summer hours. They'll take Fridays off and just try and do
Yeah.
like 10-hour days, Monday through Thursday.
God, if I could do that, I would.
I know.
yeah, with that, I'm going to take it and run with it. I already asked for a weekend off in July. I've got vacation in August. Both of the ones for buddy's bachelor party,
Yep.
which is Drummond Island, so you'll get some of that coming up. And then the other is for that same buddy's wedding. So, yeah. They weren't not going to let me take that off because I was taking it either way.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it's like with my previous job. They're like, yeah, sorry, we can't approve your sister-in-law's wedding. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't asking. I'm sorry. This was my sister-in-law's wedding. They typically only have one, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Exactly.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you, I'm taking that day off.
Actually, is it typically only have one? We hope they only have one.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Well, this would be actually number 2, but
Oh
who's
my
counting?
God. Only first
They don't
one
need
with
to know
this
that.
guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
This one's probably gonna stick.
I hope so, for her sake.
Yeah,
Divorces
for
suck.
everyone's.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
but yeah, I think this is a good list. I think, like I said, obviously this is kind of like a fantasy scenario, so you could honestly do the camping thing for way less than $5,000, especially in Michigan.
Yeah.
I could build out a decently capable Michigan rig for $2,800 if I didn't care about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And basically all you're going to do is buy a pre-built XJ and then just spend the rest of the money on doing the repairs needed for it.
Even so, for $2,800, I can go get a single cab long bed F350 and wheel a full size in Michigan, because honestly, 90% of Michigan you can do in a 4-wheel drive full size pickup.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And now Drummond Island too. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. Now Drummond Island as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Only getting worse.
I had to say it. I had to say it.
Speaking of DNR and story time, we went up to, what was it? Oh, of course I can't remember the state park, but state park up there by Graylings. It was Hartwick Pines. And we were talking to the lady, and she was complimenting us on our truck, and, oh my gosh, you guys look like you're ready for anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, we're camping and dispersed, and we just kind of want to check this out. And she goes, yeah, she's like, oh, I love your stickers. She goes, oh, and you even have a DNR sticker. She's like, that's so sweet. You guys support the DNR. And I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like, of course, but we're going to get going. It was nice
Don't
talking
read
to
it.
you. And I
Don't
drove
too
by
close.
before she could read it. And I looked at Sienna and I go, oh, maybe those stickers weren't the best idea. Because it's just a like, I support the idea. It's just a conversation I don't want to have with a worker or a DNR officer.
Every time I wear that shirt, someone asks me, oh, so you're like a big fan of the DNR? And I'm like, read it again.
Yeah, I only wear that sweatshirt when I'm camping.
Yeah.
And with other people that understand it, because I've worn the Meyer once and was getting eyeballed. And I'm like, you can obviously tell I don't work at the DNR, so what am I doing? So I'm like, we're not going to, I don't want to attract that attention to me.
It's like our Botches Hawaiian shirts. I don't wear that normally. That is a solely Botches event type shirt.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's an attracted, unwanted attention shirt.
It was really cool watching like Busted to Built's video and seeing all our Hawaiian shirts in it. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, Busted to Built's videos are actually pretty cool. Watching those, that was really let some inside views on the whole Leatherwood trails.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Scott from Trail Expeditions puts out, but
yeah, I've just been binging a bunch of his stuff.
Not enough that I'm going to pay for a membership. Not that I don't want to support Scott. I love Scott, but I'm very broke.
Yeah, no, same. I did the same thing. I kept clicking on it. I'm like, what did I do? Why isn't this playing? And then I actually read it, and I'm like, oh.
I don't love
Yeah,
that model. Like, it'd be cool if he could do value for value somehow, where you just send him money when you think he's doing great. You know, like us, listeners, please send us money. But, you know, it is what it is.
It's a beggar on the street. He's that guy with the cardboard cutout on the on-ramp.
Hey, man, this shit costs money. Oh,
very true.
I don't expect anyone to send us money, but the option's there. You can send us money. Please.
I was really hoping to find like $100,000 in drug money in that Yeti I found, but lo and behold, it was just charcuterie throwaways.
Oh shit! Actually, you know what? I'm totally gonna pay for his thing. It's only $2.99 a month. Oh,
how the turns have tabled!
For $24.99, you can have a monthly group call with him. Ooh. For $49.99, you'll get special shout-outs. For $99.99...
Andy?
You get your company logo
Andes?
placed. Your company logo gets placed at the beginning of every trip video.
Oh, it's sponsored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sponsored by Botches Off-Road.
That'd be kind of cool. We should do it like one time.
And then he reads out the one episode where you fucked up the intro.
Yeah.
Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we take trip. Fuck, we're just gonna do it like this.
There we go. I paid for it, so now I can binge the 3 episodes that are from Leatherwood.
Torrented.
I mean, I do have a thing that auto
Put it on
downloads.
Jellyfin.
It actually, that's what I'm working on right now, is making sure it can go on Jellyfin.
Chris will never talk to you again. It's like,
Scott,
for $2.99, you assholes. Scott, yes, sorry. Thinking of Chris Hall.
because I do have a way to download stuff as soon as they air. So yeah, that's happening now. Oh shoot! It doesn't look like I can make it. Never mind. I lied, guys. I can't make it auto download it, so I can't steal it for you guys. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah, no. We definitely have a secret group media server that has lots and lots and lots of stuff on it.
Hopefully a new movie soon.
Oh, hey, yeah, I should remind me to do that as soon as we're done with this, because I need to download that.
Yeah. It's super good, and I will watch it tonight if it gets downloaded, from what I've seen. I don't know. I saw like a Raptor, like an F-35. I don't know what the newest ones are. I saw it go like really low through like a street, and it kicked up dust clouds on the side, and I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like one of those things like Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. I just love the jets, man.
Speaking of Top Gun, who thought it was cool that the entire plot of Top Gun was acted out in real life?
That is badass.
Right?
It is so cool.
Like, say what you want.
I like the Top Gun.
Say what you want about the whole political sphere right now. I don't care. What the mission that those pilots did, that was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 hours.
They're Buster, man.
They said 40-hour
Jesus.
flight time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like-
multiple refuels on the way, too, man.
Air refuels.
That was-
Air refuels are hard.
Yeah, exactly. How many B-2s did they have? It was like 2?
No, way
4,
more
I
than
think.
2.
I
Was
think
it?
it was 4.
I want to say it was like almost 6.
Oh, it might have been. It might have been 6, and then it had a bunch of support
Had a bunch of
support aircraft.
fifth and fourth and fighters.
7 is
7.
Yeah.
$7 billion just chilling up there in the sky. Wait,
And-
it's $1 billion each one, right? That's the cost of each B2 is $1 billion.
Roughly, yeah. So, also, the fact that we almost went to World War III and it de-escalated all since our last episode, that is cool.
I don't know. I've heard about that, and then I'm like, well, every president has done strikes like that. I mean, maybe not to that
Oh.
extent. With
No,
bunker
to that
busters
extent.
and that, but everyone's done tomahawks and you know,
Yeah.
I think every president's done it that had the capability. It's like,
I mean, most presidents, I'm specifically talking Obama here, did way worse in his first 4 years. Way fucking worse. Like, Trump barely scratched the surface on what Obama did in his first 4 years.
I don't know.
But-
All I have to say is now all of a sudden my TikTok feed is flooded with like B2 stealth bombers, like thirst trap videos. You know what I mean? Like they got the B2s flying and they got music like montages of them. And I'm like, dude, this is amazing.
Yeah, they said
I have to watch Top Gun
it
again.
says 2.1 billion per plane, and in 2010 they
Jesus. Oh,
estimated it was 135 grand per flight hour. So
That was like 18 hours or so of flight.
40.
40.
40? I was trying to remember. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, say what you want about the political sphere. I don't
and
care.
they
What those
thought
guys
they were-
did. What those guys did was amazing.
Sick.
Makes the parade look cheap, though.
Oh,
Maybe.
God.
All right, we're getting too political here, guys. Though the parade was sick too. I totally watched a lot of that.
No, I think the parade was sick.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why we shouldn't flaunt our military and praise it, and I think we should have one of these like every five years.
Well, if it makes you feel better, we've got another one coming up.
Is it the Marines?
I don't know if it's the Marines or the Navy that comes up first. Probably the Navy.
The Navy's been around longer, hasn't it? The Army
No.
and Navy.
250 years. Well, I don't know about the Marines. Marines are 252, right? Or
But then
250 as well.
1775.
Oh, really? 1775, you said? I don't know why I thought that they were constructed in the 40s. Well, maybe I'm thinking of like the Special Forces.
Or the Air
to-
Force.
To like, no, I'm thinking of like, they had specific units of people that would come in and, from the water, from the beaches,
Navy
and, like,
SEALs.
take out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, I think.
Well, I know
Whoops.
the Navy's celebration is coming up in October. When is your guys's? What month? The
I
Marines.
think Marines are November, isn't it?
Yep, November 10th. Yep.
Yeah, my
Speaking of Marines and first marriages, I got a buddy. I got a buddy that fell in love with this girl, and they got married for 1 week. And she cheated on him. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. But we told him that's too quick. They got married, and a week later she cheated. And it was the fastest marriage I've ever seen.
the fastest I've ever seen was my roommate in Fort Huachuca married a girl after knowing her for 1 month for the benefits, and he cheated on her within 2 months, and then after that it was like a year of them just trying to figure out how to get divorced. Like, it was messy.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh yeah, he knew this girl for 3 weeks, married her week 4.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then it was like week 5 or week 6. She was like, "Yeah, I can't leave my kid and my ex." And she went back to them, and it was like, damn. Now anytime he tries to like roast us, we always have that in our pocket. It's like,
I should have waited 4 days to join the Army, because my Army birthday is June 10th and the Army's birthday is June 14th. Like, it's right there.
Yep.
I screwed up. I could have had my Army birthday and the Army's birthday be the same day. And then when the Army has parades for their birthday, I could claim they're for me.
yeah. That's totally how that works.
But
That's
on
like
that
back
note,
when I
guys-
used to say GMC was made after me, because my name used to be Gavin Michael Cornell. So
Oh my God.
can't track me now though. I changed my last name and middle name.
On that note, guys, we'll call it here. But yeah, 5K truck challenge. I'll have the rules listed in the description below. I'll post it on the Facebook page. Any listener that wants to be looked at for the possibility of having a sticker, make sure that you have I'm making sure I have the right dates here. Make sure that you have your listing in by July 8th. July 8th is the deadline for that. We are going to do our end of challenge will end on July 2nd. But we record a week in advance, so that's why that's like that. So get them in by July 8th, and we will pick our favorite and send you a sticker of some kind. Maybe it'll just be Gavin's rainbow truck. Who knows? So,
Yeah.
catch you guys later.
Later.
Yeah, we'll see you later.